Hey everybody, welcome to T-Ham 141 Homestead. My name is Tracy. If this is your first time here, welcome. If it's your millionth time here, welcome back. Wow, having the camera down here is really driving me nuts. I looked all over the house what I could to find a long charging cord that is also used to connect my camera to the computer. Hi, Karen. And I couldn't find one. Any other time, I'll be tripping on them. Or if I'm looking for one to charge my phone, I'll find a 20-footer, it seems, gets wrapped in my ankles. No, Handsome's coming to say hi. Yeah, tonight we are going to be talking about injuries on the homestead. Some of you may know, yeah. Some of you may know, Tuesday I went to the gym just like normal. And I had missed the gym a couple times because of various things going on. And I went to the gym and all of the bench press areas were taken. And because even the free bar that you do the bench presses with and stuff is even got a rack so that if you can't lift it, if you can just barely get it off you, you can flick your wrist like that and it'll hook so you don't die. But they were taken, so I did my back exercises because my lower back has been hurting me for a long time. And what happens is I wake up in the morning and my back is aching, or I sit here at the computer editing videos. A 10-minute video you can edit for 3 hours or more depending on the video. And I mean, over time you get better at it and stuff. But I ended up I have problems with my lower back. And so I went to pick up a bench because somebody had taken the one from the press that I wanted that was open. And I went to pick up one that is angled for sit-ups. And because I want to do my upper pecs, the muscles define, the fat's burning, but my lower pecs, like, not to be crass, but where my nipples are is still fat. And so I want to start lifting at an angle to start building up my lower pecs and getting those muscles going. And I went to pick that thing up and I just about collapsed in tears. My back locked up. It was horrible. Never want to go through that again. I had this guy. It's funny. He came up to try to help me, and I said, no. I threw my back out. I said, this is something that's probably been coming for a while. And, he was a really nice guy, tried to help. And me being me, and, you can't stop a good man, but me being me, I packed up and went home. I could not move. The slightest shift, the first thing I did was tried to sit down once I got home and got in the house. The first thing I did, I said, listen, the couch ain't going to do it. I sat down I tried to sit down on the bed and lay flat. And oh my word, it bringing tears to my eyes. It was horrible. And so getting into, Kiki? Okay. He found a zip tie. Hey. But and it was really hurting. And well, that was Tuesday. For the past 2 days. Hey Remy, how's it going, brother? But so for the past 2 days, I have been milking my back. Milking my back? No, I have been babying my back. And it's really, I don't know. This morning I woke up and I've been taking a leave, which is usually phenomenal at killing my back pain. Barely touched it. Hey Darren, how's it going? Welcome, my friend. Yeah, the leave wasn't barely touching it. I took some ibuprofen. That kind of helped a little bit, but oh my goodness, I could barely move. Just shifting, and later that day, I mean, I still got to take care of the chickens. It was Thor Odinson, the old father. I've been watching a series called Ghost, and there's a Viking on it, and he's you, Darren. the Viking on it is you. Hi Tina, welcome. But so I still had the chickens to do. This week has been snowing, and the first part of the week, well, Tuesday and yesterday was a real wet snow, so it was sticking to the solar panels like mad. It was horrible. And but even though I've got to do it, just getting bundled up, putting pants on. Right now I'm wearing sweatpants. I'll tell you, I'm wearing sweatpants. Yeah, I just went out to close the chickens in, and I felt like that. What was that Little House on the Prairie episode where they had to tie a rope to the barn so they could find the barn? I've been sick since Thanksgiving. Whatever's got a hold of me doesn't want to let go. It started with pain in my back. Yeah, that's horrible. Try some echinacea tincture if you have it. Is awesome for that stuff. I'm making I'm making mullein tincture, which is a strong antibiotic. Yeah, it's strong storm here. Remy's getting snow. Well, at least it's something you love, Rem. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's everywhere. That snowstorm is everywhere. Oh, you got just your first one. Yeah, it's been snowing all week here. And I did end up I got a new I use a car sweeper, ice scraper to clean my solar panels, and I got a new one that's longer because these panels are longer, and it works really, really good. I would be a lot more appreciative of it if it weren't for my back. It took me, I don't know, it had to take over half an hour just for me to get my cover pants on, my jacket, my boots. It I think Wendy might have been right. My wife, who passed several years ago, that said, "I'm a baby when I'm hurting or sick. Staff party tomorrow, and my Jeep stays here, so I'm not too worried." Yeah, yeah. Hey, John, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. So I figured I have this injury that my body is attacking me. My lower back pain has been constant since Tuesday. It's ached since before then. I've just learned to live with it. I do have a doctor's appointment this coming Wednesday where we're going to address, I think I might have a hernia. I don't know what I would have got a hernia from. I try to let the tractor and tools do all my lifting and stuff, but I was on one of the machines at the gym, and where you get up on your forearms and you hang there, and then you lift your knees up to you, but it leans back a little bit, and there's a big bulge about 2 inches below my sternum. I think it might be it doesn't hurt. I can't feel it, but I want to get it checked out. And then my back as well. I'm gonna try to get some kind of help on my back. See, how do I do this? Hashtag weather 13303. I think that's how we do it. Yes. Yes, as long as it's not chlamydia again. No, it's not hashtag. It's iWeather, exclamation point, weather space 13303. I think this is how you do it. I think that, yeah, a long time ago there, I forget what the word was that I was looking for. I could not think of yeah. Well, I could a few months ago, well, no, this was over a year ago now. I couldn't think of the word I was looking for. It and I think it had something to do with the chickens and all of that. But I misspoke. Instead of saying the proper word, I said chlamydia. So that was embarrassing. I do not have, nor have I ever had any STDs. Just to let you know. Hey, yeah, you can type the iShare, the exclamation point share, and that will coliform. Yeah, I was looking for the word coliform, and somehow chlamydia came out. And yeah, that's what it was. I'm an idiot. Let's see if I can bring up Nightbot here and find out what that command is. Really? So select to sign in with. Okay. Continue. Select. What in the world? Now they got Nightbot's got all sorts of commands. Oh. Okay, let's try this. Hi, Jane. Ah, you got to spell it right, dummy. Weather. What in the world is going on? T8. Something's going on here. WEAT. Let me close down that. EATHE. What is going on? Close that. Weather 13303. Let's see. We got weather for Balmoral. Conditions are cloudy with a temperature of 31 degrees Fahrenheit or -1 Celsius. The wind is blowing. Yeah. 27 Celsius, -3. The wind is blowing. Yeah, 14 mile an hour. Current humidity. Yeah. Wow, 2.5. Nice. Nice. That's awesome, Jane. All right, you have a good one, Darren. Thanks for stopping in. Good luck with the clients. Sell them high, buy them low. But yeah, when you get hurt, especially if you're the only one on a homestead, you have to take care of stuff regardless. The solar panels. If I'm not making electricity, I'm losing electricity because I have the freezer and all sorts of stuff on it. Hey, J&B. Hey, Dave Knight. How's it going? So if I'm not making electricity, I'm losing electricity. And I can't just, I think you got to type weather first. Yeah, I think you got to type weather first, and then you're a space in your area code or zip code. Oh, Matt's in here, my friend Matt. Yes. Love you, man. Thank you. Thank you very much. Not this week. I pulled my back lifting a bench. I pulled my lower back, and yeah, Tuesday and yesterday I was on the every time I moved it would bring me near about to tears. And it was bad. I got a doctor's appointment Wednesday and I'm able to move around now. It's not taking me 10 minutes to stand up as it was. I've been wearing my back belt a lot. And it is, yeah. I think Wendy was right, though, Matt. I am a pansy when it comes to pain and illness. But that was embarrassing. I went to pick up a bench because I wanted an angled bench so that I can have my head down and oh, that's right, you know that. So I could have my head down and work out my my lower pecs because they're all still fat. But it's nice you notice. I've got to get I want to get one of those little clips so that my camera can go up on top of my new monitor. I got a new computer. My laptop just wasn't doing it. It's more of a keg right now. I still got Dunlop. I still got Dunlop. Yeah. Yeah, most people, Dave, I tell them I can't wait to be their age because they're usually younger than me. I got to tell you guys a story. I ran into my first vocal crybaby, I guess you would say, the other day. I went to the VA to get blood work done for my appointment next week. Oh yeah. And we're sitting there, and I'm sitting around in my head, I'm sitting around with a bunch of the older vets. Look at me. I fit right in. Okay. In fact, I might have been older than a couple of them. Okay. Because of my gray hair and all. But in my mind, I'm sitting with a bunch of older vets. And there was one of them that changed the topic to politics. And we're just talking how we're excited on where things can go and what things can happen and stuff like that. And some of our concerns with the incoming administration and stuff. And I mean, there were like 8 of us sitting there in the hall because I was number 48. They were on like number 35. So I had like 13 people ahead of me. It takes about 5 minutes a person to get, because they made me get my ID card renewed first. And so we're sitting there and we're talking, and I don't know what was said. I didn't hear anything out of the way, but all of a sudden this guy, oh my goodness, he spoke up and he says, "You guys need to stop talking politics. I'm such and such a party and I don't like what you're saying." And he said it loud. Everybody in the building just shut right up, or in that area, shut right up and looked. And a guy comes out of the security office. And now I'm miserable anyway because my back is hurting and I'm a pansy. I'm in pain. I'm sitting here waiting for something that if they open their office more than Wednesday or more than just Wednesday, I would be, it would go like that. It would go a lot quicker. It just had another person doing it. But, so this guy comes out and, "Yeah, guys, we can't talk politics here. We don't want to offend anybody." And I looked straight at him and I said, "My First Amendment doesn't stop at the doors, bub." And the guy who had said it turns and looks at me, and he's got this white hat on. And now I'm talking to guys I know, they're wearing hats that say Marines and Air Force and Army and stuff like that. And he looks at me. So I'm sitting here talking with a bunch of Marines. I have no problem. But he looks at me and I see his Marine pin up there, and forgive me, guys, but I'm like, when did the Marines start turning out pussies? Everybody cracked up laughing. The thing is if that would have turned into a confrontation, I would have lost because my back was killing me. But that's the first encounter I've ever had with somebody trying to tell me I could not talk about what I wanted to talk about because they didn't want to hear it, even though I'm in a group of people. Now, if you were to say, "Hey guys, I'm really not comfortable with this conversation," that's one thing. Then it's, "Oh, not a problem, man. We'll change the subject." But the loud, boisterous, you can't talk about that. These men put their lives on the line for the Constitution. God darn it. And even that 90-some-year-old guy there that still looked a little younger than me, that 90-year-old guy, man, if he wants to talk, if he wants to say that Jim Jones was the greatest guy ever, I will fight and die on that hill to let him say it. But anyway, that was my first experience with that. And shortly after, I got my ID card, my picture taken and everything with my ID card, and got my labs taken and wobbled my fat butt. The Group W bench from Alice's Restaurant. Alice's, I know that song because my sister-in-law on Christmas always plays Alice's Restaurant. Group W bench. I'm going to have to look that up. Write that down without reaching too far. Cat, say hi, handsome. Say hi. Over here. Say hi. Right there. Say hi. Say hi. Arlo Guthrie. Arlo Guthrie. Group W bench. Alice Restaurant. I'll check that out. Yeah, and that's the thing. If you don't want to hear things, don't listen. We've become such jerks in this country. Nobody said you have to agree with whatever. Yeah, and just because someone doesn't agree with me doesn't mean I hate them. I don't agree with them. They don't agree with me. And that is fine. We need to bring that back because it's getting so you can't talk about things. And how are you going to resolve issues if you can't talk about the issues? Yeah, I just got back a couple weekends ago from another trip to Minden, Ontario. And boy, we had a blast. And riding the side-by-sides and stuff. And it's ever since I came back, handsome, he wants to be all over me. Really? The real Alice is from upstate and just oh man. Yes, I did. Not for this live stream. For those of you who are creators on YouTube, I'll throw this out there. I hope I don't think Remy will mind. He told me that he started using Chat GPT. You describe the video that you're making. Did I hear what? Yeah, it is nice to be missed. I'm scanning back up. Matt said, did I hear? I think I might have missed something in the chat. Oh, see the 6-pack? But yeah, when I came back, he was all over me. Yeah, they don't want to see that side of you, buddy. It is your best side, but they don't want to see it. Come on, hop up on the back of the chair. I got to get his claws trimmed. No? Oh. So I need to know what you're asking me if I heard. Hey, Peter, how's it going? I need to know what you're asking me if I heard. Because oh, here's something I did here. My mom called me up, and a lot of you guys are from Canada. And this is hilarious. Okay. Now, it's funny. Please don't take offense. It's just funny. Justin Trudeau flew down to meet with President Trump in Mar-a-Lago to discuss all the trade tariffs and stuff like that. And so they're eating dinner. My mom calls me up and she says, Tracy, Trump just said he's going to make Canada the 51st state. I'm like, what? Hey, Templin Acres. And I'm like, what? She goes, yeah, he said he was going to make Canada the 51st state. And I'm like, no, Mom, Canadians would never go for that. They love us down here, but no, they're not gonna go for that. And so I looked into it. Trump and Trudeau were at dinner, and which is good. They're able to talk. I mean, they're on two sides of the spectrum, ultra conservative, ultra liberal. I believe Trudeau is liberal. But he reportedly made a statement saying, listen, these tariffs, if you go too high on the tariffs, you're going to really hurt Canada. And Trump, just joking, being Trump with no screen on his, nobody telling him, don't say that, said, well, we'll just have to make you the 51st state. I know he meant no offense. Please don't take any offense. But that's just, yeah, right. Well, now wait a minute. Okay, if we had manifest destiny, think about this. We got to go west from sea to sea. Why can't Canada have manifest destiny, where they have a mandate from God to come south? Or why can't Mexico have a manifest destiny, where a mandate from God to go north? The biggest thing is that Canada and the United States are allies, very close allies. Me being an honorary Canadian, don't do that. I was going to puff out my chest. Me being an honorary Canadian and all, that's, I don't care either way, eh? But yeah, it's, anyway, how did I get onto politics? I always turn to politics. I am so sorry, guys. This is not a political channel. I was talking about Chat GPT. Remy told me, you go into Chat GPT and you type in the description of your video. It will give you not only a layout of the video that you should have, that would be most appealing, but it will give you the description. It will give you the tags. It will give you a suggestion for your thumbnail. I did not use it for this one, but I've got a couple videos coming out. I think I used it for the one that's titled, it's coming out on the 9th, titled, Does Canada Hate Us? And this is a real thing that was said while we were in Minden, Ontario. Okay, we have a history with Minden Off-Road Park. We love it. Trevor and I love it. They've got technical trails. It's always wet, but that's just the Canadian Shield not letting the water go in and beaver flows and all. It's Canada. It's beautiful. But it really makes for some great riding. Trevor and I went up there and we had a blast. We rode and rode and rode. So we told Chad, our friend Chad, we said, hey, come up with us. We went up there. The first day we ended up breaking, he broke the drive shaft, something to do with his drive shaft, tore his Polaris all apart. And he ended up, and then Trevor bent a tie rod or something that we didn't have an extra on hand. So we ended up playing poker in the trailer all weekend. Still had a blast of a weekend. So he got to ride Chad. Yes, they are. So Chad got to ride like half a day. So this time we go up, we've got extra parts, we've got everything planned out. We want to show him there's a in Minden, it's the Halliburton Trail System, and it's Greens Mountain. It is an awesome little double black diamond trail that is just awesome. And so we had that planned, and we're going around, we're following these trails and stuff. And first day, Chad, he's like, man, my Polaris, he's got a Polaris Razor Turbo S. It's a really nice cruising machine. And he said, it's just not feeling right. Well, he had broken a shaft for a CV shaft in the back. But he had another one. We fixed it. Next day, we go riding, and we're going to take the long way around, hit Greens Mountain, and, then go see some sights and the food. Oh, there's a place called the Peppermill Restaurant. Mwah. Best steak around and some of the best prime rib I've ever tasted. There's another really, really, I think we were kind of outclassed because because the food it's sometimes the more classy the restaurant, the less food you get. It was good. I had poutine with duck in it, duck poutine, and it was really good. But so anyway, we're riding along, and we hit water, and Chad's secondary clutch, the bolt loosened on it, and it starts eating its way through his cover. Now, we've had this problem before in West Virginia, fixed it, put on a replacement cover, no problem. This is his old cover because when the replacement cover went, he put the old one back on. And so it was letting water into the belt, which is no bueno, no good. And so we get that fixed, and we're on a double black diamond trail, and Trevor pulls down into this water, and we get, okay, it's deeper than it looked. And I got water coming in over the floorboard. It's coming up on my seat. Trevor's backing up and stuff, and it stalls. Okay, that's something you don't want to happen when you're in the middle of an obstacle. So we ended up, it wouldn't start again. And Chad's like, hey, you had blue smoke coming out of the tailpipe. Boom. Water in the engine. Yay. And so we pulled it back, lifted the rear end like a deer. Wait till you see the video on it. Excuse me. We pulled it back, lifted the tail end up to let the water run out of the intake pipe. What happened was the intake pipe came separated from the bottom of the air filter box and let water get in there because we were in deep water. And so we ended up taking the center counts, taking his side by side all apart, cleaning out the tube, cleaning out, still wouldn't start. We were there for like 2 to 3 hours, pulling spark plugs. I'm the only one who had signal on my phone because I activated roaming. And so I'm calling around. The closest place we could find was in Asby. There's a marina that had spark plugs because we thought, okay, we swamped the spark plugs. We were praying that we didn't bend a valve. And anyway, long story short, after 3 hours, we got it back together. We were going to start trying to tow it out of there. Problem with that is it's a double black diamond trail. Polaris towing another side-by-side on a double black diamond trail. Is that Red Green's home area? I did not know that. I wonder if that's Green's Mountain. I love Red Green. But so we know when we get back to camp, to the Minden Off-Road Park where we were camping, we had an hour drive each way to get 2 spark plugs at $43 a piece. And so we were like, okay, Trevor says, you know what? We're going to turn it around to tow it what we could. And Trevor says, I'm going to turn the key. Turns the key, smashes the throttle, and it starts right up. Spits and sputters for a few minutes, but then just like nothing ever happened. Praise God. That was awesome. But so I titled the video, because we've had so many problems, does Canada hate us? Canada does not hate anybody. But it just seems like we have an awful lot of bad luck with the machines. But part of it is because you can't hot rod on these trails. They're too technical, too many rocks, stones, logs, bumps, mud obstacles, all of that stuff. You can't hot rod on it. I do have some really good footage, because Trevor and I were kind of taking it easy, and I took my new GoPro, and because I got a GoPro 11 after West Virginia when I destroyed my other camera, and I put that in a case in the looking out the window of Chad's. Yeah. Jazz, and he went on ahead of us and was playing, then he'd stop and wait for us, and then so I got some really good footage of the Razor just tearing it up. It looks really cool, like on NASCAR when they go to the in-car cameras. But yeah. So what is the worst injury that you guys, I know this is a smooth transition. What is the worst injury that you guys have had on your homestead? I've got to make some more of Wendy's Magic Cream. I will give you the recipe here. So tag this section. Wendy's homemade cream is you buy the little vials of vitamin E from the Dollar Tree, the dollar store. Well, it's the $1.25 store now. Bidenomics. But you buy the little vial of that. Then you put in 20 drops. Now, I watched Wendy when she made it once, and she is liberal on her drops. And 20 drops of eucalyptus essential oil, peppermint essential oil, and camphor oil. Okay, those three. You mix it up really good. I was working on wood, and my hand locked up. I could, because I picked the blocks up by the end a lot of times. That was how, when Wendy was around, that was how I knew that she could handle the blocks, was if I could pick them up with one hand. And my hand just cramped right up. I couldn't do anything more. Came in, ate lunch, rubbed some of that stuff on my hands, and 5 minutes, 10 minutes, my hand was as good as new. Ooh. My hand was as good as new. A pitchfork through the foot. That is an injury that can take a while to heal. And feet are sensitive. That had to hurt something fierce. I remember I was back in the late 70s, early 80s. I guess it would have been the early 80s. I was at a friend's house, and I stepped on a nail. The nail, oh yeah, it was about this long. Okay, I'm gonna say, what's that? 8 inches. And it went into my foot about an inch, because I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was a type of boot called moon boots. They had the real thick soles, and then the real fluffy stuff on top and around your foot. That's all that saved it from going right through my foot. But man, oh man, and Elaine Durham was the Bobby's and Mark's mother, and she was a nurse, and so she fixed me up and sent me home. Yeah. So yeah, stuff going through your feet. You gotta watch where you step. I am very particular now where I leave stuff on the homestead. If I drop a nail, I pick it up. If I work with nails, like I use the forks on the tractor in the summer for a bench to cut wood and stuff like that. And I have one of those wheeled push magnets that I push around there, because I can't afford new tires. Earlier this evening, I did end up plowing. I had to, just in case emergency services need to render aid. But I'm going to have to put my chains on the front tires. It is ice under there. Because every year I go through and I try to pack down the first couple snows so that I've got a base. I'm not plowing up all my driveway mix. All my stone doesn't end up on the yard in piles. And so, yeah, But you got to watch where you put your feet. You got to keep a close account on where nails and screws go, if they fall. What is the best pain remedy that you can think of? Right now, we had about, I'm going to say 5 to 6 or 7 inches when I plowed. But when I went out, I don't know if it's just blowing snow with the wind. When I went out when I was getting ready for the broadcast, I went out and to grab some wood, to put some wood on the fire, so I didn't have to worry about that for a while. And there was another 4 inches of real fluffy snow. So I think we've got close to 10 inches, somewhere around 10 inches here. Now, up in Carthage and Lowville, there is a lot of snow. They got hit hard, and now I guess it's hitting pretty bad to the south of us. Let me see. Maybe I'll dox myself tonight. I'll show you guys my radar position. Oh yeah, I'm getting hit. I'm that blue dot. And that green dot with the TYX, the green dot with the TYX is Lowville, New York. And then this red line that comes across the bottom here is the thruway, Utica, Rome, Oneida. And then over here, that's Lake Ontario. The tip of Lake Ontario. Let's see. It's gonna winter storm warning issued December 5th, which is today. Don't know why I got 2 of them. Heavy snow, additional snow accumulations between 3 and 5 inches, winds gusting up as high as 45 miles an hour until 4 a.m. Eastern Friday. Very, very interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna take in tomorrow's Friday. I'm not gonna try to go to the gym tomorrow, even though I can just not work out my back. Sometimes it works like that, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, Barnes Corners, man. Up in there, that's just south of Watertown. They got slammed. But yeah, maybe Saturday, depending on how my back feels. Because as Matt so kindly pointed out, I do still have a belly to lose. And even if I just go slow on the elliptical, it's something. Winter's here. I'm more inside on the homestead. Yes, I got to keep the solar panels clean and the chickens taken care of. My wood is in. I got to bring wood in usually twice a day, because now that it's just me, I just grab 3 or 4 blocks and bring them in every time I go outside. I used to keep quite a bit. I got one of those big racks there for firewood, and I used to keep that full. So if I was outside or whatever. If Wendy needed to put wood on the fire, she could, but I don't need to do that anymore. So basically I'm inside. I've got a lot of footage. I've got 2 trips I'm working on, videos for the side-by-side riding. I've got a video in the can, as we like to say. I've got a video in the can for being heard on the Homestead. And I also have the beginnings of a video on my, I can't see it here. I don't know if you guys can see this. Under the grow lights here, that is a toothache plant, otherwise known as Phylanthes. Hey Google, what is another name for toothache plant?
According to Wikipedia, Acmella oleracea is a species of flowering herb in the family Asteraceae. Common names include toothache plant, Szechuan buttons, paracress, jambu, buzz buttons, ting flowers, and electric daisy.
Electric daisy. Make sure you know what you're picking, but you pop one of those babies in your mouth and your mouth will go numb. I was drooling the other day because I popped one in my mouth and bit down, and yeah, my mouth was numb. I was talking like, my babadum libbit is ubbin the flower. That was back before we knew Bill Cosby was Bill Cosby. But yeah, I'm trying to get my apothecary more and more. Tinctures last forever. If you use 80% or higher alcohol, vodka. I use 80% vodka, 80% rum will work. And it's like with my echinacea tincture and my goldenrod tincture. If you're having sinus congestion, goldenrod tincture, it's easy to make. You soak the gold parts of the goldenrod plant in vodka for about 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and then you strain out the solids and take an eyedropper and like 2 or 3 drops under your tongue, and you will start feeling the pop. Make sure you're not allergic. That should go without saying. Books about tinctures. Yes, yes, and yes. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. In fact, let me throw this little thing on. I'll be right back. Hey, y'all, T-Ham141 here. I'm Tracy. Welcome to the live stream tonight. Before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and just let you know I've got merch. I've got all sorts of cool designs on shirts and like 60 or 70 different products over at Redbubble. I'll put the link up here. And I've got books. If you go to thand141homestead.com, you will find each and every one of my books. I sell. They are Amazon quality. They are printed on Amazon KDP. A big shout out to all my friends in the homesteading community. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that like button, that subscribe button, and that little notification bell so that you get notified every time I come out with a new piece of content. And don't be afraid to comment and let me know what you would like to see on my channel. All right, guys, it's about that time. Let's get into the live. Oh, okay. Books on tinctures. They're a little dusty. I have two go-tos. The first one is Backyard Medicine by Julie Burton. And this is awesome. It tells you about birch and the common things that you're going to find in your backyard. Mallow, horseradish, what is that there? Plantain. This is one of the books that, well, you can see Wendy had her hand in it, that we use a lot. And we learned a lot from that. Then you have from Amy Fuel, the Fuel Homestead or Fuel Family Farm or Fuel Homestead. She has a channel on YouTube, the Homesteader's Herbal Companion. Okay, now they I think they tell you introduction, herbalists, herbal teas and tinctures. It tells you how to make herbal teas and tinctures, because a tea will work just as well as the tincture. It's just hot water, and it doesn't store as long. You're using water as the solvent rather than alcohol. Let's see, and then we have this book I've been in quite a bit, and it's Medicinal Herbs, a Beginner's Guide, and this tells you like mullein and red. I've got both mullein and red clover in my yard. Mullein and red clover salve. And what is that good for? Medicinal uses. Mullein leaf is both an antispasmodic. It relaxes spasms. I need to make a salve for my back. Wow. And an expectorant. It helps expel mucus. And with these properties, it is renowned as a remedy for deep-seated or spastic coughs, bronchial congestion, chest colds, allergies, and other ailments that involve respiratory stress. The leaf can be rolled and smoked with other healing herbs as treatment for asthma. I'm trying to find, and then red clover would be back, right? OPQ. Red clover, for instance. Hey, I lost my comments. There they are. Red clover is rich bounty of nutrients to support the entire body, high in beta carotene, calcium, vitamin C, a whole spectrum of vitamin B vitamins, the essential trace minerals such as magnesium and manganese, zinc, copper, selenium. This is little wildflower truly can be considered one of the nation's vitamin and mineral supplements. it's a blood and lymphatic cleanser. So yeah, this book has a lot. And then Rosemary Gladstar, who did that one, also did this one, Herbal Recipes for Vibrant Health. Now, remember, I'm not a doctor. But this one here I like because it says like it's listed by ailment, which is what I really need, because I don't stress and anxiety, everyday ailments, radiant beauty. Do I need that? For children, for women, for men, for elders. But it's got nerve tonics, nervine stimulants, gets into some pretty deep stuff, but it tells you how to make this stuff. Nerve formula for headaches. 3 parts chamomile, 3 parts lemon balm, 1 part passion flower, 1 part skullcap. So yeah, herbal recipes for vibrant health. I had Ark Wildman Survival come last summer and do a class on the plants I had. Nice. That was great, Peter. He sure is a good friend. Yeah, absolutely. And then the Homesteader's Herbal Handbook. I haven't been into this one a lot. The pages are still new, but parsley, mint, and basically it just will fill you in aloe vera. It's by plant. Holy basil, hawthorn, hyssop, milk thistle, mint, chili pepper. It's got quite a few of the stuff you're going to find in your yard if you want to learn about the plants and the herbs that you already have in your yard. The more I clear of like, because like mullein grows very well in rocky, fresh cleared areas. So when I had the driveway put in during a rainstorm and it got real rocky, I had a bunch of mullein come up, making a mullein tincture. All of the medicinal properties of that plant will be absorbed by that alcohol, and then I can by the drop find the right dosage for me. And heal all or all heal, depending on what you plantain, which is a weed, dandelions, daisies, trout lily, all this stuff that you just find growing as you take your lawn. I always cut my lawn a little bit higher than the recommended on the lawnmower, so that these plants can grow. Yes, he is, JB, and I'm living in this area. With him living in this area his whole life, he's an expert on plants in our area. Nice. Yeah. Life is learning. Yeah. I like my relationship. Like I said, I go through the VA. And my relationship with my doctors couldn't get any better. Okay, Mr. Hand, we saw you had this problem, this problem, this problem. How'd that work out? Okay, let's check you over. Okay, come back in 8 months to a year. Absolutely. Absolutely, I'll come back in 8 months to a year. Because I don't overdo doctors. If you need a doctor, go to the doctor. But if you have the sniffles, learn how to I mean, this is just a portion. These are the most used stuff, even though this one I didn't really use that yet. But these are just the most used. We have some old time books. My suggestion, if you really want to look into this, go to an American Homestead on Patreon. Okay, Patreon, some of you, all of you probably know, Patreon is another video platform where you pay to be part of a member of a certain channel. An American Homestead has a Patreon channel. You can sign up for 99 cents. You will get a free download. It's not on this computer. It's on my laptop. Of 2 books that are no longer in print. They sell on Amazon for $143. You know, I mean, because they're out of print. But the information in those books, I've got the and you can download a PDF of them. For join his channel for a month, 99 cents, and download those, and it works so wonderfully. And you can get those books that on Amazon, and then I'm going to take them to, I don't know if it's Staples. There's stores around. I think the UPS store might do it. There are stores around that you can go to, and they will print them off and bind them for you. And it's out of print, so there's no copyright or anything like that on them. Yeah. So An American Homestead on Patreon. And those, there's some huge, I'm sweating. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad I'm doing something useful. But yeah. And because we need to be able to take care of ourselves. Also, guys, I want to let you know while you're in here, I started a new series on my channel. I've done one of them called the Homestead Meme Review. And what this is I'm always finding memes on Facebook and stuff for homesteaders, just funny stuff, serious stuff, all sorts of stuff. Yes, an American Homestead. He's a guy with a beard. But so what I'm doing is I'm reviewing them. I'm basically taking them and putting them all in one place on a video, and calling it a Homestead Meme Review. The AK guy, Brandon Herrera, does Gun Meme Review. Angry Cops from Buffalo, New York, does Angry Meme Review. And now I'm doing the Homestead Meme Review. So if you see on right now, I'm only doing it on Facebook and Instagram. If you see a meme that strikes you funny, that makes you laugh, or you just think, wow, that's cool, you can either send it to me instant message or just type a comment in it saying with hashtag Homestead Meme Review. Hashtag Homestead Meme Review. What in the world? something is really weird with this new computer. Hashtag Homestead meme review. Homestead meme review. And that way I can go to Facebook and I can do a search for hashtag Homestead meme review. I can go to Instagram, do a search. I can go to Google and do a search, Homestead meme review. And that will give me material at some point as the channel continues to grow. Because nice. Thank you. As the channel gets bigger, I'm almost at I'm like 11 or 12 subscribers away from 2,000. One day I will make enough money to make a sandwich on YouTube. Tens of dollars on YouTube. But yeah. Check out this hour has 22 minutes on CBC for skits on Justin going to see Trump. Yeah, it's amazing. I'm tickled right pink that Justin Trudeau, someone who is on the polar opposite of the spectrum of issues, is willing to meet with Trump, and Trump is willing to meet with him. Yeah. And once the channel starts making money, I will try to maybe get a sponsor, or what I'm trying to get sponsors, but that would sponsor something cool, so that on the Homestead meme review, if you send me the meme that I like the most for that month, I'll send you a prize. Laughter is the best medicine. After all, seems a lot of people. Yeah, we've got to have fun, man. And laughter is a proven healer. There's something about laughing that just can heal the body, and that's legitimate. Prayer also. I don't know where, I know we probably have people that fall all on the spectrum, from atheistic to ultra. I don't think we have any ultra Puritans in here, but maybe. But no matter where you fall on that spectrum, prayer has been scientifically proven to work, as well as laughter has. All right, guys, I'm going to get off here and go rest my back. Thank you guys so much for stopping in. I had a blast tonight. Don't forget to go check out An American Homestead on Patreon. I think he's got anamericanhomestead.com also, but where you can, for 99 cents, get those books, digital copies of those books that are just phenomenal. Because we have forgotten a lot about the medicine that will help us with our hurts. Yes, everybody have a great week and weekend. I will see you guys next week. I am really trying to double down on the YouTube and do better. I gotta keep making the homesteading content because that's what I love. That's what I started off doing, was the homesteading content. And it is just well, it's my niche. Even though I do have a lot of footage of the West Virginia and Canada riding side by sides and stuff. And there's talk about making another channel for the off-road stuff with Trevor and Chad being involved in that because well, I don't have a machine, they do. But and their input would be awesome. Yes, it is good to be live again. It really is. All right. You guys have a great and wonderful weekend. We love you. And God bless.